Hello followers, old and new, and fans and whatever. This is a review of The Rise and Fall of Little Boys. It's currently on a UK tour at the moment, and it stars Beverley Callard as Mary Hoff, Jessica Robinson as Little Voice, LV, Ray Quinn as Billy, and as Ray say, you've got Simon Thorpe. Mr. Boo is played by Dougie Brown, and Sally Plum plays Sadie. And for those of you who haven't seen the film or haven't seen any production of The Rise and Fall of Little Voice, it's about this girl, LV, and she's lost her dad, and she lives with her mum who's a bit of an alcoholic. Well, she's a lot of an alcoholic, and basically LV just spends her time listening to her dad's records of divas like Shirley Bassey, Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe, Lulu, Billie Holiday, all those old legends basically. And it turns out that she can actually do a really good imitation of them all, and so Race tries to catapult her into fame, but things don't go as planned. It's one of the few plays I have seen. In fact, I've only seen two. I've seen The Pitman Painters, and I've seen this one, The Rise and Fall of Little Voice. I saw it originally back in 2009 when it was playing in London at the Vaudeville Theatre, and it had Leslie Sharp as Mary, Diana Vickers from The X Factor as Little Voice, and Mark Warren as Racer. And I loved that production. It was really well done, and I like this production. The set is similar to the one in London. I thought it was the same, but it's not. It's a bit different. The staging, obviously, because it's on tour and it's in smaller theatres, is a bit different. Like in London, the house moved around and took you to the outside of the house for the end, but this doesn't. Another thing I liked about it was they started letting the audience people in, and Mr. Boo was like, when we were going into the auditorium, Mr. Boo came out and he's like showing people to the seats, and then two of the ensemble cast are handing out raffle tickets and like, it's free, there's a prize, don't worry, it's free, love, you have some tickets, there's a prize to win, and it's all like setting up as if you're in Mr. Boo's nightclub kind of thing, which is kind of funny. And then before Act 2 properly started, they played bingo, and someone at the back before the show in the raffle won a jar of pickled onions. And for the bingo, there was a guy who 2 rows behind me, he won a can of evaporated milk, so that was quite good. It was getting nearer to my numbers on the bingo. I'm like, no, I don't want to win, I can see what's on there. I had front row, which was a bit too close, I think. I couldn't properly see Jess when she was upstairs in her room. And speaking of Jess, wow, she's actually amazing. Like, it says in the programme that she's like an impressionist professionally, and she does really great impressions of all the great singers. Yeah, completely amazing, and her acting is brilliant, and she's all quiet and like, I don't know, no, and yeah, just brilliant. Loved her. Beverley Callard as Mary, I wasn't too impressed, to be honest. I much prefer Leslie Sharp's version of Mary. To me, Beverley just seemed to be doing a more Yorkshire-y version of Liz MacDonald from Coronation Street, which is her most iconic role to date, I think. Whereas when I saw it with Leslie Sharp, you got that she was an alcoholic, and it was quite dark and a bit sinister, and you know, she seemed a bit out of it, like crazy, when she was an alcoholic. With Beverley, it just seemed to be constant happy hyperness all the time. And the trouble with that was when it got nearer the end and it was getting a bit more serious and more what was emotional in the vaudeville production. It just seemed, not to me, but to some people in the audience, they found it a bit comical, and there were a couple of people laughing, and I'm like, you shouldn't be laughing, it's not that funny. So yeah, wasn't so keen on her. She's not my favourite Mari out of the two I have now seen. Ray Quinn, I don't like Ray Quinn as a person. I've never liked him. He's supposed to be all famous from having been on Brookside as a kid, and then X Factor, and blah 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 blah. I just think he looks like a pig. His nose. I'm not a Ray Quinn fan. Sorry if you are a Ray Quinn fan out there, but he's not my cup of tea. And I was going into this and I'm thinking, I'm really not going to like his portrayal of Billy. I'm really not. And as it turned out, his portrayal of Billy was actually alright. And considering he's a Scouser, he managed to tone his accent down quite a bit, and he did sort of manage the Yorkshire accent, and he did have quite an endearing Billy, but I just don't like Ray Quinn as a person. As Billy, yeah, I could probably like him if he was like Billy all the time, but no. And it was just sweet when he's like going to see Elvie, and he stood there on the cherry picker, and he's like, I can go higher, look. He pulls himself higher, and she's like, yeah. But yeah, that was really sweet. Race Simon Thorpe, did I say his name? I'm so shocking, I'm terrible with memories. Yeah, Simon Thorpe. He was really good. I felt like Mark Warren I'd seen, he was quite a young racer back in '09. And Simon's a bit older. And he seemed to work better with Beverley than what Mark Warren did with Leslie. I quite liked his race there, but his character's not one you like really, because he's always pushing Elvie forward into the limelight, and she just really wants to sit and listen to her dad's records, and he manipulates things, so you don't really like him. Mr. Boo, Dougie, whatever his name was, I'm terrible with names tonight. Yeah, just funny. He's like the proper old-fashioned compare. Just amusing, and yeah, a really good production. It's worth seeing, and also there's a difference to the ending, because when I saw it in London, they had Diana Vicker singing a song called Sunshine. Now I'm not sure, because I didn't buy Diana Vicker's album where the Sunshine was from her album, and they put it into the song, and it was an okay song, but I prefer the song that Jess Robinson sang at the end this afternoon. It was, whereas I think Diana's was more about a new day coming in the future, Jess's song was more like she was speaking to her dad and saying, like, look Dad, I've got a voice now. I've got my own voice, and I can, do what I want and say what I want, And that was really nice, and it was a good song. I don't remember the words, but it stuck in my head, and it stuck out really well. I thought it was a good song. What else can I tell you? I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Apart from Beverley Callard's wrongful direction and portrayal of Mari, it was alright. Ooh, the girl that played Sadie was really good as well. Sadie is the obese friend of Mari, and she doesn't really say much, but there's a lot of comedy between her and Mari, and you kind of feel sorry for Sadie, and when she's laughing at the end, towards the end, you're just sort of like, yeah, you go girl, get your own back sort of thing. So yeah, worthwhile. You need to go see it if it's coming to a venue near you.